that he came back to his senses only when he heard the door opening. In just a moment, her expression changed. She looked at me and snorted. "Have you figured it out? Are you finally willing to come back?" I nodded. I figured it out. I went straight to the bedroom, opened the closet, and thought about what to take. Nancy followed. "I'm not mad at you for this matter anymore. Just don't be impulsive in the future. I have removed all the hot searches about you on the internet. Just be nice to Mark. Mark and I have a contract to promote our CP, you know this, for so many years. Every once in a while you have to use this to quarrel. You know it will annoy me too. Besides, why should we kiss in front of others? You know, she has mine." "I know." She looked at me in disbelief. "So you still want to break up with me? Do you think our relationship is so casual and worthless?" I shook my head, not wanting to argue with her anymore. "Nancy, we are not breaking up. We have already broken up." I pulled her hand away, took 2 steps, thought about it, and turned back. "You know, I usually have a good personality and rarely quarrel with others. We were in love, so let's part ways in peace. Since I'm no longer in this circle, I won't publish any small works. I didn't deliberately destroy you through text or photos. These," I paused, "are just parting gifts for you." She was stunned, then suddenly rushed over and grabbed me. "Joseph, stop it. Where can you go if you leave me? Your career is all here." After that, she turned her head away and said, "If you really insist on leaving today, then we will never be able to go back." Ding dong. At this moment, the doorbell rang. I turned around to open the door and was stunned. Mark outside the door was also stunned when he saw me. He looked over me and greeted Nancy, seeming a little embarrassed. "Wei Wei, you can't go down there. There are paparazzi down there. We'll be photographed." And at the moment she hesitated, the elevator door finally closed completely. I bought the nearest flight back to Haiching. "Si, ebueremu hajesi. Zhang's?" Helen asked in astonishment. "Zhang's Group, the #1 daily necessities company in China?" After saying that, he looked up and glanced at the giant billboard of Zhang's daily use at the airport not far away. "So you're Jiang and Zhang's Jiang?" "Yes, the same Jiang. The plane flew for 2 hours. My sister was going to keep it a secret from me, but I found that many antique paintings and calligraphy in the house and her many beloved cars in the garage were gone. When I pressed her, she told me that the company had recently encountered a financial crisis. Mom and Dad don't know yet." My sister pinched her eyebrows. "This matter is more troublesome. We have to find a company to cooperate with as soon as possible. But now, maybe only the Liu family can come up with enough money. But the amount is too large, and signing an agreement alone may not be enough." I was silent. Of course I know what this means. "So, sis, do you need a marriage alliance?" My sister sighed. "I can." My sister was stunned for a moment, then looked up and said, "But you and that actress, we broke up." My sister is much older than me and has loved me the most since I was a child. When I insisted on not staying in the company and developing in the entertainment industry, it was she who helped me persuade my parents. She has been running the company by herself for so many years. As the youngest son in the family, are you in good health? Except for feeling dizzy from overwork, I don't have any illness. "Oh, that's okay. It's a common problem for heroines." "What?" "Oh, that's right." I smiled. "You may not know that the heroines in the modern romance scripts I read before all had this problem. The doctor said it was caused by too much stress," she explained patiently. "I'm the only daughter, and I have to take over the family business, so I don't have a fixed schedule when I work. Is there anything wrong with the heroine in the script?" she suddenly asked. "Ah," I thought about it. In the script, the heroine also suffers from insomnia. "Not really," she thought for a moment. "I sleep well, very well behaved, and didn't fight for the quilt." "Oh, I won't steal it either," I replied. "What am I saying? That's great." She didn't seem to notice my embarrassment and just smiled and asked, "Do you have any other questions?" I immediately shook my head. No more. So Ms. Zhang's only requirement for a partner is good health and no insomnia? She supported her chin with both hands and smiled mischievously. I guess so. She laughed again. Do you have any questions for me? I asked. She shook her head. No, I am very satisfied. I was silent. Ms. Liu, actually, you should know something about me. I used to be in the entertainment industry and I had some scandals. Those hot searches about the rap party? She tilted her head. I know all of them. She raised her head and smiled. Xiao Jiang, you don't think that I would come to see you without any research before the blind date, right? Before doing business, it is a basic quality for a businessman to have a good grasp of existing information, isn't it? She blinked. Nancy is actually my ex-girlfriend. I wonder if you mind that. I said frankly. If that's all, it's just a part of your past. I don't mind it, and you don't have to mind it either. And since she's my ex, it means it's over. She smiled. Get in touch with new people and things. Time will heal many things. I nodded. Yeah. Everything about Nancy, good or bad, cannot withstand the test of time. As a grown man, it would be hypocritical to let your imagination run wild. The two chatted for a while. Mary was a smart and pretty girl, and one advantage of chatting with such people was that no matter what the topic was, it made people feel comfortable. Mary and I were going to get married, and we quickly started preparing for the wedding. The next time I received a call from Nancy was on a weekend. What's up? After a long while, she finally made a buzzing sound. There are still some of your things at home. Throw them away. Ah, why? Her voice was filled with anxiety. I'm wrong this time. Okay? Mr. Jiang, would you like to come over and take a look at the bride's wedding dress? The voice of a dress shop clerk came from the side. There seemed to be silence on the other end of the line. Are you filming? She asked. I was silent. Nancy, we've broken up. Where are you? Nancy, I'm going home. I won't be filming anymore, so don't look for me anymore. Go home? You're back to Haicheng? Why were you looking at wedding dresses there? For whom? A friend. I didn't answer. She paused and then took the initiative to say, I went to film a variety show the night you left. I just came back from filming. Where are you in Haicheng? I'll go find you. Nancy, I interrupted. I'm getting married. Perhaps in order to make walking easier. She wore a pair of canvas shoes, but after just a few steps, her shoelaces untied twice. When her shoelaces came undone for the third time, I couldn't bear it any longer and squatted down before her. Mary stood there in a daze, while I picked up her shoelaces, deftly twisted them around a few times, and tied a complicated knot. Okay. I stood up and smiled. I promise I won't open it again now. After thinking about it for a while, I said one day, I told her on the phone that I was getting married. Mary arrived half an hour later to measure her wedding dress. You seem a little absent-minded. She looked at me. Didn't you sleep well? I shook my head. No, I just wanted to pick out a wedding dress for you, but I didn't know which style you liked. I always felt that maybe we should watch a movie before the wedding and walk down the street with shoulders apart. Nancy, I told you about my ex-girlfriend. Mary was stunned for a moment, but soon she smiled and extended her hand generously. I haven't tied her shoelaces for a long time. You deliberately found someone to pretend to be your fiancé to deceive me, right? She suddenly said. I shook my head. I really am getting married, Nancy. I don't believe it. She raised her head and stared at me, as if she wanted to see the acne marks I had on her. Don't you want to be the male lead in that new drama? I've already talked to the director and you've been chosen. Why, I've made up my mind. After this contract expires, I will no longer accept any binding CP. Let's make it public, okay? In the future, we will act together, and you will be my leading man, okay? Why? Her eyes were slightly red. When we were together, we said that no matter what happened, we would never break up casually. Yes, I did say that. I looked up and looked quietly at the person in front of me. The person I once loved deeply. The one I was willing to compromise for and sacrifice myself for. But it was obviously she who let go first. She was just savoring the pleasure of ambiguity and enjoying my loyalty. I pulled my hand out little by little. Nancy, I'm getting married, and I don't want my future wife to go through the pain I went through in the past. So please, I looked her straight in the eye. Don't come to me again. I have already retired from the entertainment industry. Acting is just a hobby for me. If I really want to be a leading actor, my family can arrange countless roles for me. I just don't want that. You're home. She was stunned. It doesn't matter anymore. I shook my head. I had originally planned to take her home to meet my family on the day we made our announcement. I have thought before whether she would be shocked if she knew that I was the young master of Jiang Group. But now none of it matters. I loved you before. So I still want to preserve some dignity for each other in this relationship. After saying that, I took out my cell phone and blacklisted her in front of her. Since no one knows about our relationship, let's just be strangers from now on. Back in the car, Mary was working on her laptop. When she saw me, she closed the laptop and turned her head away. I'm sorry, I apologized. I didn't know she would find her way here. Maybe it's easier to solve, she thought for a moment. We're both going to get married. Do you want me to help? How can I help? The easiest way is for us to live together, she whispered. Huh. She sighed. Sister Jiang is on a business trip recently. If she comes to your house to look for you, what will you do alone? Are you prepared to be photographed by paparazzi and appear in the news before we get married? Oh, hey. Do you think she'd still come to you if she saw us living together? It seems to make some sense. But won't this be bad for you? She smiled. We're going to live together after we get married anyway. So let this be our early adaptation. Mary is very proactive. The next day, she moved her belongings into my large suburban flat. As expected, Nancy didn't come to see me. After living together and eating breakfast and dinner together, I got to know Mary a lot better. For example, she likes to drink black coffee for breakfast, doesn't eat coriander, and likes to eat fish but is not very good at picking out fish bones. For example, she exercises for an hour every day. She is very determined, but she also has the coquettish side of a little girl. She would talk to me about work, career, and asked me what I wanted to do in the future. Actually, I've always wanted to start an entertainment company, I told her, to give newcomers like me more opportunities. The decoration of this apartment is very simple, but there is a small bar where I stored a lot of wine. I learned to mix cocktails in the past just for fun. After she moved in, I would mix a drink or two for fun when I had nothing to do. That day, I was mixing drinks and she came back. What did you mix? She came closer, looking interested. I mixed a bomber. How about I mix you a sweet wine? No, I'll drink yours. Ah, mine? There was still wine in my mouth, and my brain suddenly stopped working. Okay, but you have to drink it out of a cup. Yes. She smiled cutely. How else would Xiao Jiang want to drink? A fire suddenly started burning in his ears. Just use the wine glass to beat myself into the crack of the ground. She took the wine glass from me and tilted her head. How about we go out for a drive this weekend? This was a perfect change of topic. I nodded. Okay. On Sunday, we went to the Liu family's manor in the suburbs. On the way back, I received a call from Helen. He excitedly told me that I was nominated for the Best Supporting Actor at this year's Jiangxing International Film Festival. The Jiangxing International Film Festival is a very authoritative award in the industry. Winning the award is a great recognition of your professional ability. Brother Huai, actually Weiwei, has recruited me into her team now. Weiwei has been chatting with me lately, and all she asks me is about your past. I actually feel that she still has you in her heart. I told her everything you've gone through in the past. Really, she ignored me too much. I was always very angry when I told her. It makes me so angry just thinking about it. Wei Wei always stays silent after hearing this. By the way, Mark has been coming to see Wei Wei recently, but twice he came out with a gloomy face. Helen talked a lot on the other end of the phone, but I found that the entertainment industry and the life in Zhongqing seemed to be so far away from me. I seemed to have walked out of it faster than I thought. Why? The light turned red, and I turned to look at the person beside me, lost in thought. Ah, why? Mary said suddenly after a while. If you keep watching, I'll be a little scared. Isn't that how it's played out in TV dramas? When the male protagonist has something unpleasant to say, he always has to stare at the other person for a long time. Mary, I think you should watch less TV drama. She chuckled. I love the house and the dog in it. As she was talking, she pointed ahead and said, It rained yesterday. Let's go wash the car. The owner of the car wash knew Mary and was very enthusiastic when they met. After the greetings, Mary sat in the lounge, took out her phone and took some time to deal with work, but suddenly her eyebrows slightly frowned. Ah, why, we were photographed. I leaned over to take a look, and sure enough, it was a photo of me standing next to the car when we were resting at the service area. The post reads, Joseph was nominated for Best Supporting Actor, and he was so happy traveling with the rich woman. There is malice between the lines. I'll take care of it. I walked out and made a few calls. About 10 minutes later, I came back. It's all been processed. It should be the trending search bought by other actors who were nominated this time. Mary was stunned. Other actors. I nodded. There were 5 people shortlisted this time. Among the other 4, 3 had no connection with me, and the other one was Mark. I have already retired from the entertainment industry, but it's hard for him to still be thinking about me. After washing the car, the boss came over with a smile. Are you Miss Liu's boyfriend? Mary smiled and introduced. Yes. This is Jennifer's brother, Joseph. So it's Mr. Jiang. The boss suddenly realized and said with a smile, I visited Mr. Jiang's new garage last month. Mr. Jiang's car is really amazing. I nodded and smiled. No, wait, a newly built garage? I went back to my home with Mary. As soon as I entered my villa, a pillow flew straight towards me. Joseph, my sister jumped up. How did you trick Een into living with you while I was away? Mary, sister, it's not a why. Sister. I walked over and pinched my forehead. Shouldn't I explain your problem first? Ah, is our family going bankrupt? My sister was stunned for a moment and immediately looked at Mary. Don't look at me, sister. Mary spread her hands and whispered, Lao Zhang let it slip. He knows everything. This old Zhang. My sister was furious. So you didn't sell your car at all. You just built a big garage and moved all your precious cars there. Yes. What about those antique calligraphy and paintings that Dad has at home? We bought a big house for our family a while ago. When my parents come back after the new year, we will move in together. I'll put some of those things there first. My sister's voice became smaller and smaller. What else? I clenched my fists. Let me tell you. Mary came over. I asked Jennifer to help me. My sister breathed a sigh of relief. You are such a sister. But it was my sister who came up with the idea of cheating you into bankruptcy and forcing you to get married. My sister? Ah, why, this is it, my sister said quickly. I did lie to you, but this matter was actually the result of a discussion between Een, my parents, and I. Ever since we learned that you were treated unfairly in the entertainment industry, we have been very worried. I was stunned. You know? Don't you never care about the entertainment industry? My sister raised her hand, sighed, and placed it on my head. Silly brother, I had no interest in that circle, but you were there, so how could I not pay attention? I read all the news about the entertainment industry every day. And her, my sister pointed at Mary. You may not know, She has had a crush on you for many years. I turned and looked at Mary. She liked you when you were in college, but I thought Ineen was too young and you were too smart, so I was afraid she would suffer, so I tried to stop her. My sister cleared her throat. But I didn't expect she would wait for so many years. Do you still remember that before you left home to venture into the entertainment industry, your parents arranged a blind date for you, but you refused to go? My sister sighed. The blind date at that time was her. When you got into trouble this time, your parents actually bought plane tickets to come back. But we know your personality. You have always felt that you are a boy since you were young. You always want to rely on yourself for everything, so you will definitely pretend that nothing is wrong this time. But we are a family. Isn't family your safest harbor? Everyone is very happy that you can come back this time. So we discussed and reached a consensus. In order to let you get over it quickly, we should pretend that we don't know so that you and Ineen have a chance to get in touch and also give her a chance to have a crush on you for so many years. As for those people, our family will always take care of them. Huh. I was stunned. What are you going to do? What do you think I'm doing on a business trip? I've already bought the TV show. My sister sneered. You must be kidding. If you bully my brother, don't even think about airing this TV show. I have also contacted the director who was fired before. This script is still marketable. I will contact her to reshoot it when the time comes. I looked at my sister blankly, then at Mary and found that she was also frowning slightly. Sister, I think you are still too impulsive. You still have to consider the input-output ratio, I said. My sister was immediately furious. Do I need to consider the input-output ratio when avenging you? At this moment, my cell phone dinged. I pressed it and it was a voice message. Mr. Jiang, the acquisition of X Entertainment has been basically finalized. If you have time, we will be waiting for you at the company. My sister was stunned. You bought an entertainment company? What are you going to use it for? Haven't I always wanted to start an entertainment company? This is the result of my discussion with Ineen these days. I smiled. Sister, your brother hasn't been in the entertainment industry for nothing these years. If I didn't take revenge after being bullied, would I still be worthy of being a member of the Jiang family? My sister, okay, you kid? Not right. She suddenly exploded again. How dare you say that to me? You too bought the company. Mary burst out laughing. Next, the three of us discussed the company's affairs together, and Lu Ineen went back to Lu's first because she had something to do. Why? Tell me the truth. After a long silence, my sister turned around and asked, after knowing each other for such a long time, do you like Ineen at all? She narrowed her eyes and said, if you don't like her, don't waste her time. In fact, if she hadn't insisted, I wouldn't want to introduce her to you at this time. After all, you just broke up. Do you like it? Every detail of these days, like every frame of a movie, is replayed in my mind bit by bit. In fact, because of her, I had long since gotten over my last relationship. Sister, the contract with Lu's is actually quite important even if Jiang's doesn't go bankrupt. This? So, I smiled. Then let's just go ahead and sign. On the day of the Film Festival Awards ceremony, Mary flew with me to Jiangqing, and we went to the venue together. On the way, she fell asleep and I secretly put a ring on her ring finger. After entering the venue, several familiar people came over to greet me. One of them looked at my custom-made suit and exclaimed, "Oh my God! This seems to be Andrew's latest design this year. There is only one in the world." Before I could answer, a proud voice came from behind me. "Since you're with a rich woman, of course you dress differently." Mark came over and smiled brightly. "But the wild boar is dressed. No matter how good-looking you are, you can't turn into a lion, right, Joseph?" People gathered around immediately. "Mark, are you and Nancy getting married soon? You are the most popular candidate for the Best Supporting Actor this time." Mark answered with a smile, looking at me provocatively. I always feel that, As a grown man, this is a bit childish. After thinking about it, I decided to give up for now. After all, I came to the film festival and I didn't want him to affect my mood for the time being. Soon, the award ceremony began. Before the Best Supporting Actor was announced, the big screen showed shots of the 5 candidates. Mark had a calm and confident smile on his face until the host announced, "Best Supporting Actor Joseph." His facial expression suddenly collapsed and was caught on the big screen before it could be switched. To be honest, I was also quite surprised. When I stood on the podium, I was still a little dazed. The senior who presented the award smiled and shook hands with me. He said, "Joseph, I've seen the plays you've performed. Although you've played supporting roles, each one is very vivid and you performed very well." My eyes were slightly moistened as I took the trophy and said words of thanks on the stage. After 4 years of acting, although I have decided to quit the entertainment industry, I am still very happy to receive this belated recognition. So, as long as you have the ability, you will always be noticed. After that, the award ceremony continued. Everything was going well until Nancy, the last winner of the Best Actress award, came on stage to present the award for Best Actress. The host asked her how her mood was different this year and last year. She was slightly stunned. "Last year, actually I forgot to thank one person." "Oh? Who was that?" The host laughed. She was silent. "He has been with me for a long time, from being an unknown extra to where I am today, but I have never properly introduced him to everyone." There were immediately many voices of understanding from the audience, and even the big screen quickly cut the camera to Mark, and the teacher backstage even considerately put red heart bubbles on the screen. "I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate him." "Eh? Why are you congratulating me? Is it because you guys are?" "Because he also won a prize today." The host's eyes widened suddenly, and the words he had prepared in advance seemed to be stuck in his throat. After a long while, he stammered, "Is that so? Then, let's congratulate him too." Mark's face froze again. This time it's full screen, and even more obvious than before. Many people in the audience began to whisper to each other, and many people cast inquiring glances at me. After all, today's winners of Best Actor, Best Animation Director, etc. are all over 50 years old. Besides, it fits Nancy's statement, "Just me." After the award ceremony, I deliberately left a little late, but still saw Nancy at the garage door. "Ah, why?" she said hoarsely. I was silent for a moment and walked forward. "Nancy, you didn't have to." She shook her head. "I owe you an apology." I sighed. Breaking up peacefully is the last dignity I can give to each other. If you still dwell on the past, it's just entanglement. But I can't get out of this. Her eyes were slightly red as she looked at me. Why? I really can't get out of this. Can you give me another chance? Why? I turned around and saw Mary trotting towards me, holding a men's coat. She was smart and cute. "Are you cold?" She came closer and shook my hand. "It's okay. Have you been waiting for a long time? Are you tired?" "I'm not tired. Just put on your clothes first." Putting the coat on me, Mary took my hand and then turned to look at Nancy, who had a stiff face. "Ms. Xiao, what a coincidence, we meet again." She smiled slightly and seemed a little apologetic. "I'm sorry. My family is holding a celebration banquet for Hawaii, so we won't be here to chat with Ms. Xiao." Back in the car, I turned on my phone. Sure enough, Nancy's remarks made my name a hot topic again. Hashtag Nancy Joseph underground couple hashtag. Hashtag are Nancy and Mark just a hype couple? Hashtag did Joseph win the award thanks to Nancy? Hashtag. The video of Mark's interview after the ceremony quickly exceeded 10 million views. "This society is inherently unfair, and I've long been accustomed to it," he shook his head. "But no matter what unfair treatment I receive, I will remain true to my original aspiration and perform more good works for everyone to see. I don't want to talk about emotional matters," he said with a wry smile. "I have a clear conscience." However, as I was browsing, I saw a topic that was rising rapidly. #Lusher Group hashtag. When I clicked on it, I found out it was the official blog of Lu Group, which had just posted a message minutes ago. Congratulations to Mr. Joseph on his double happiness. Here are the pictures of Mr. Joseph and Ms. Mary's engagement party. The pictures were some photos of the setting for our engagement party. I turned around and looked at someone who was laughing at the side. Isn't your Lu Group a low-key company? A certain woman remained calm and said, I finally got married. Everyone is happy. But I only posted a simple sentence on the official blog. Isn't this called being low-key? This is not the end yet. Scrolling further down, my sister is not to be outdone and also posted a message. The young master of our Jiang family is the best. Thanks to her, she single-handedly made Jiang's group a hot topic. I stopped the car at the traffic light and turned to look at Mary. I will take care of some things tonight. She nodded. Can I help you? I shook my head. No, I can do it myself. I made a few calls. An hour later, the original director of the TV series posted a long article recounting the casting controversy and the truth about her being fired. She posted the casting video and the original cast list. After that, the video of me being maliciously harassed on the set was also released. I was once willing to let go and preserve everyone's dignity. That was my upbringing since childhood. But it doesn't mean that I will condone others to become more and more demanding. Some people, if not punished, may never know where they went wrong. Soon, those who had been bullied by Mark in other crews but dared not speak out also posted videos and various evidence. Nancy's name has also frequently been on the hot search list. Because the reason why everyone was afraid to speak out when being bullied by Mark before was actually largely because they were afraid of Nancy. I'm turning from a fan to a hater. Nancy is so disgusting. I'm going to slap Nancy right now and ask her what she thinks. Isn't it better to focus on managing her relationship and acting? Haha. I can only say that Nancy and Mark are a good match. Looking back at the rap party video now, Nancy Mark is so disgusting. How miserable Joseph must have felt that day. I owe brother Huai an apology. Add one, I owe it too. The internet was bustling with activity. Even the film festival organizing committee came out and issued a statement. The entire selection process is completely fair, just and open. Some actors have insinuated that the organizing committee has some shady issues in judging the awards. We will seriously consider whether to use legal weapons to protect our own reputation. Later, netizens began to feel both excited and complaining. There are too many melons. I can't eat them all. I don't even want to sleep at night. Mark should use his acting skills in interviews and hyping up couples in his acting. Maybe he can get a grand slam. Haha. He also said that there was some shady deal in Joseph's winning the award. He is the son of the Jiang family, and his fiancée is the daughter of the Lu family. Acting is just a hobby for him. If there is really a shady deal, they can blackmail him to Africa, and he is still allowed to jump around here. It's so lively, she said softly. Yeah, I said. I don't bully people, but I'm not a saint either. I only tell the truth to the public, and everyone can see what is right and what is wrong. I brought my assistant to the company, and from a distance, I heard Mark losing his temper in the company. Eh? You. I nodded. Why is it so chaotic so early in the morning? The chief assistant wiped his sweat and said, It's no big deal. We'll solve it right away. I looked up and met Mark's pale face and incredulous eyes. The office has been cleaned. Would you like to come over and take a look? The assistant said with a smile. I nodded. I paused as I passed Mark. Just now I seemed to hear you wanted to see me? He bit his lip. No. Don't worry. I smiled. I will talk to every employee. After reading X Entertainment's internal materials, I realized how much money the company had invested in Mark in the past. Many talented new actors have been suppressed by Mark for many years and have not been able to make a breakthrough and get the resources they deserve. I carried out drastic reforms within the company and recruited a lot of new people for training. Mark was unconvinced at first, so I threw a stack of photos at him. I've looked at your file. The company spent a lot of money to settle the photos of you partying with an internet celebrity and picking up a young model. If you want to terminate the contract, according to the contract, you have to compensate the company for the money and the loss of the endorsement before you leave. In the end, he lost money to the company and left in disgrace. Nancy hasn't been to the company for a long time, but she doesn't have any new job now, and her contract with the company is about to expire. Her fan club announced its disbandment, and many directors were afraid of black fans and did not dare to ask her to shoot new movies. Until one day, Helen suddenly called me, her tone anxious. Brother Wei Wei fell down from the building and broke her bones. She doesn't want to see anyone else. She said she only wants to see you. Brother Wei, I think she's not in a good condition. Can you come and see her? That day, Mary happened to fly to Jiangcheng and worked with me to handle the relocation of X's headquarters to Haicheng. I'll go with you, she said. Do you really want to go? I actually didn't want to see Nancy. People often say that you should not pursue a desperate enemy, she snorted. But I have to make her give up on my husband. In the hospital, Nancy was lying sick in bed with her leg in a cast. I pulled a script out of my bag. There is a low-budget web drama that needs a second female lead. The crew thinks you are a good fit. You can audition after you recover from your injury. Ah, why? She raised her head, her eyes full of pain. Now, apart from work, do you have nothing else to talk to me about? I glanced at her injured leg. I sighed. You! Hiss. Looking back, I saw Mary rubbing her forehead and frowning. What's wrong? I hurried over. I suddenly have a headache. Did you not get enough sleep last night? I said anxiously. It's my fault for not knowing the seriousness of the matter. Woo-woo. Blame me, blame me. Does it hurt here? Oh, it hurts. Why don't we go see a doctor? It hurts. Mr. Jiang. I was stunned for a moment and turned around, only to see Nancy looking at me with a pale face, even worse than before. I'll consider the script. Oh, okay. You should have a good rest. I nodded, turned around and pulled Mary out. I still need to find a doctor to check her out. Mr. Jiang. Nancy suddenly called me again. I turned around. My contract is about to expire. I can't renew it this time, right? I shook my head. You should let it go, too. She was silent for a moment and smiled bitterly. I just wanted to try again, but I didn't expect that I had already lost. Later, Nancy went abroad and never contacted me again. She also disappeared from the domestic film industry. I moved the headquarters of X Entertainment to Haicheng and ended my separation from Mary. The director and I selected 2 talented new actors to play in the drama my sister bought, and the drama became a big hit online. The company is also doing well. I follow my own ideas and promote newcomers, so that those who really love acting can get more opportunities. At the same time, I also took over part of the family business, helping my sister reduce a lot of burden. That day, when I got home from get off work, Mary was mixing drinks at home. She has a good learning ability, and after only a few lessons from me, she was able to mix delicious wine. Would you like to drink? She asked me with a smile. Yes, you chose this one. I nodded and put down the script. Is this the drama that the company wants to take on? She asked. Yeah, romance. Romance novels. She asked. The kind with a female second lead? Yes. I walked over. The heroine lets the hero down, and then the second female lead appears. This second female lead is quirky, but very likable. I raised my head and met her smiling eyes. Mr. Jiang, are you a little bit fond of your second female lead? She asked with her head tilted. The warm light from the restaurant shone on her, making people feel soft-hearted. I picked her up and put her on the dining table. You know what? You are not the second female lead. You should be called The late heroine? She raised an eyebrow. How do you know everything? I also have shares in the entertainment company, so of course I have to read the audience reviews of each drama. Besides, I am a fast learner, she said proudly. So, what about you? Do you like your male protagonist? Her face suddenly turned red, and she muttered softly, I have answered this question countless times day and night since we got married, and you are still asking. I smiled and went forward to kiss her, but she turned her head away. Don't you want a drink? She said. I nodded. She handed me the blue wine glass and took a sip from the pink wine herself. But suddenly she hugged my neck and kissed me. The blend of blue curacao and cherry brandy justifies the name of this wine. Heart to heart. They are in perfect harmony and love each other deeply.